Good morning, Pete.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing?
I'm good. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
I know that we've really kind of more or less just started our work with you at Goldrick over the last couple months, but I was hoping that I could just take a few minutes of your time and just ask you a few questions about what your experience has been working with changing perspectives thus far.
Okay.
So the first thing I was wondering, oh, and actually, all right. Can you first start by just telling us your name, the school you work at, and the role at the school?
My name is Pete Medina. I am the Dean of Culture at Goldrick Elementary.
Great, thanks, Pete. So the first thing I'd love to hear a little bit from you about is how have you found that the Changing Perspectives program, in your experience, has been a unique program and or a relevant program for supporting the students at Goldrick?
Changing Perspectives has supported our students in many different ways. I think one thing that stands out about the platform is really being able to create like dragging and pulling the lessons along with the resources. I think that has come in very, very clutch when, as the year progresses and students needs change or they vary between classroom to classroom or, amongst grade levels. So I think that would be the first thing that I would say, that it's very much able to be adapted to what our students need at a particular point in time. So that's been very, very helpful for us this year. And I think that platform is also very unique. I I started a year late here at Goldrick, and working with our social worker, she was able to send me these units that were already planned out and just very easy to access. And then finally, when I was able to learn more about the platform, I was able to do that for other people and create, mini units or creating a bank of like, here are some character strengths or competencies, so that teachers can just go in there without even having to access the Changing Perspectives platform. That planning tool was just very, very helpful and very easy to access.
Right, I think you hit on a lot of points that we really strive at Changing Perspectives to come through with our programming, which is like that relevancy piece is about the customization piece, and that supporting SEL is not scripted and prescribed because students are unique, their experiences are constantly changing. And so we want to make sure that we have access to really a variety of resources to draw upon based on, what students need support within a given moment. I'm wondering if you could think a little more specifically and share, has there been is there a very specific way that the resources have supported the students? Is there a specific lesson that you heard positive feedback around? Was there a specific class or group of students that you think something that came from Changing Perspectives really had a positive impact on?
Yeah, when I think of the ways that Changing Perspectives has supported our students this year, two immediate things come to mind. We have first, we have one group of fifth graders who, last year was a wonky year for them. Their third grade year was, cut short. So they were kind of like our highest need for some social emotional growth, and particularly around relationships and friendships, and what a positive friendship, what a positive relationship looks like. So that's very broad, but under that, the conflict resolution lessons were very helpful, and allowing students to reflect and process. Okay, what do I think a good friend looks like? What are some things that I see in others that make me feel that that is a good friend, or feel that that's a trusted relationship that I have? And then also, allowing that reflection piece to, come from within. What characteristics or what traits do I have that allow me to be a good friend to others? how can I work on being a good friend to others? And then under that, like the lessons about communication and listening, making sure you're actively listening, super helpful. And then the other thing I think is around the other way that I think changing perspective supported students is when we're talking to students about differences, cultural differences, physical differences, emotional needs and supports. People needing and wanting different things. So I think allowing students to get experiences through the activities of appreciating differences and complementing differences, the videos. I think one of the things that the kids are most excited about is seeing other children do TED Talks. That seems to be super inspiring for them. So the conversation around conversations around differences has been very powerful in using changing perspectives to supplement those conversations that we have with our kids.
That's great. Well, I'm not a kid anymore, but I find those TED Talks done by kids really inspirational as well.
Yeah.
Thinking about next year, we were actually just talking about next year before we started the interview. Thinking about next year, is changing perspective something that you could see benefiting Goldrick again next year? And if so, if you could share why.
I would love to use changing perspectives again next year, and I think the benefit to our students is really powerful. I again, going back to the platform and being able to navigate and plan lessons based on a grade level or a grade band is really helpful. The lessons are easy to pick up and go. Oftentimes they don't really need any supplies to prep, or the lessons don't involve as much prep time as other social emotional curriculum. So I think teachers love when they can just pick something up and go. And there's a lot of meaning behind these lessons. I think the lesson plans and the formats, the lesson plans and the lesson formats are very well thought out and easy to use and implement. And seeing the growth that I've seen with particularly the fifth grade group that I lead changing perspectives with, I think going on to some of the middle school lessons I've been doing with them, because I've noticed so much progress with them. We've been able to go through quite a bit of them. So next year I would love to just hit the ground running, being familiar with this platform, and having our third through fifth graders also familiar with this platform, I think is going to be very, very powerful to roll out right at the beginning of the year.
Great. And we're actually working right now on a whole suite of new resources that we'll be uploading over the summer months. So there'll be even more to choose from next fall.
That's exciting.
Yeah.